Alright, welcome back YouTube to another video. This video is going to focus on my Metallica collection. And Metallica is a band that is very near and dear to my heart. They're one of my favorite groups of all time, and I'm really excited to do this video right now because it's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and just one thing over another, I never got to it. But we're here now, finally at long last. I've got 4 LPs to show you as well as a cassette. So we'll go ahead and start with the cassette first. Now I'm sure a lot of you are aware that for April 2015 Record Store Day, Metallica decided to re-release their legendary demo No Life Til Leather from 1982. And really, to be quite honest with you, this thing was at the very top of my Record Store Day want list. Kind of ironic that it was a cassette that was at the top of the want list, but you guys got to understand that this is something that I thought I was never going to own an official pressing of it, and I've always dreamed about it. So I was very, very excited, and it's here in my hands now at long last. This is Metallica No Life Til Leather demo tape, featuring, of course, Dave Mustaine on lead guitar and Ron McGovney on bass. This demo has really withstood the test of time. Even today it remains amongst some of the most important of metal demo tapes. Here's the cassette itself. Now I know a lot of people will criticize the decision of Metallica for re-releasing this on cassette, but if you're one of those people, you got to remember that this demo was born on cassette. You know, that was how it was meant to be heard and owned, and so it makes sense to re-release this on demo cassette. And really, when it comes down to it, a lot of really great metal releases only exist on cassette. There are a world of metal demos out there that are unattainable because the bands are not doing stuff like this. And so I really do hope, honestly, that bands follow up to this thing. They start re-releasing their stuff on any kind of format, really, but especially cassette, because, you know, as I said, that's how it was born and how it was meant to be heard. And so, yeah, you know, what can I say besides that it's a real dream come true to finally own this and to have this in my collection. I'm really, really proud to own this. Metallica No Life Til Leather cassette tape. One of my favorite cassettes in my collection. Okay, moving on to the LPs now. I am a Metallica Japanese vinyl pressing collector, and all of the studio albums that I have of theirs are on Japanese press. The first one is a repress, and I would argue that it is probably the coolest repress of this that is out there. This is a 1984 pressing of none other than Kill 'Em All by Metallica, their debut album from 1983. This was released on a label called Nexus from Japan, and this was under license from Music for Nations in the UK. And the really cool thing about this pressing is that it's got a very cool obi to it. A nice splatter obi on there. And on the back is a picture of the band, track listings, the quotes as well as on there. And the obi covers it up, but there's a little Music for Nations logo on the bottom there as well. If you've got the Japanese press, you should have inside an insert with a biography on one side, Japanese writing on one side, and on the other side is lyrics and a thanks list as well. And I know that the vinyl itself looks like regular black vinyl, but if you hold it up to the light, you'll discover that this is actually translucent vinyl, so you can actually see through the record. It's really quite awesome. A very nice condition as well, as you can see there. And if I give you a close-up, you can see Nexus label. They've also done a similar design to this, except it was a blue label. That blue label version is a lot more rare than this one. And of course they've also done a white label promo version of it, which is nearly impossible to find and very expensive when you do. I would love to have the white label promo version of this Japanese pressing, but you know, a very, very difficult thing to obtain. Now this album, you know, I've got a lot of fond memories of this, to say the least. This album is a masterpiece from beginning to end. very awesome riffs and lyrics and vocal duties. It's just very, very brilliant album, and one of my favorites in the Metallica discography for sure. I'm very fortunate to have this on Japanese press. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. I can't even tell you guys. But yeah, Metallica, Kill 'Em All from 1983, their debut album. I am so happy to have that in the collection. Next up, this is actually the first Metallica Japanese vinyl LP that I ever owned, and this is actually the one that inspired me to start collecting them. This is their second album from 1984, Ride the Lightning. And unlike the other one, this is actually an original pressing because this was released in 1984, this pressing of it. And like the other album, this is on the Nexus label from Japan, under license from Music for Nations. I've got to point out as well that the print job on this jacket is really great. I've seen various pressings of Ride the Lightning, and this is kind of like, the blue is so vibrant on this thing. It seems to be like HD to the eyes, really. It's really nicely done. On the back, it's got pictures of the band and track listing as well. Like the other album I showed, it should come with the lyric insert sheets, which looks like that, with pictures of the band and some writing in Japanese. And on the back side, you've got English lyrics as well. And this is actually very cool, very much like the Kill 'Em All album. This is pressed on translucent vinyl. Pictures of this translucent vinyl is going to be in the description box, so if you want to check it out, go ahead and click on those pictures. Here's the Nexus label for you to see. And as you can see, the condition on this thing is just wow, like it's really good. There's pretty much no scratches on it whatsoever, and it plays wonderfully. Now, what is there to say about this album? You know, I would actually argue that this is the best Metallica album. It's definitely my favorite in the Metallica discography. And the title track has my favorite guitar solo ever. I really love that guitar solo on Ride the Lightning, this song. And, you know, there's really not much more to say about this besides the fact that the Japanese pressing is just really amazing. I really love that obi on the side there. Really, that obi is not only one of my favorites in the collection, but also it's a big reason why I started collecting Japanese vinyl presses, really, because, I don't know, it just looks so cool. Yeah, Metallica Ride the Lightning on the Nexus label from Japan, vinyl LP. Okay, moving on to this one now. This next one is actually on a different record label, but being an avid collector, I guess you could say, I've really paid very close attention to, you know, the selling of this album, you know, how complete it is. And the thing is, this particular copy of this album is just about as complete as it can possibly be from what I, you know, have researched and understood about this. This is Metallica, Master of Puppets. Now, the thing is this thing has the original shrink wrap, and it has all the original content inside of this. So this is very much like, you know, going into a time machine and going to 1986 and going to Japan and picking this up fresh from the record store in 1986. I mean, the condition of this and how complete it is, this is truly, you know, what it's like to own this. The obi is really cool. On the back side, you've got pictures of the band. I do apologize if there's a glare, but I don't want to take out the shrink wrap because it seems like it's just never been removed ever. That's what it seems like to me anyway. But yeah, very cool. It has pictures of the band, and that cover is one of my favorite covers of all time. On the inside, it's got quite a bit of stuff in there, which I'll go ahead and pull out. So first of all, it does come with a gatefold insert with lyrics on one side, little pictures of the band as well. And then on the other side is a thanks list and various pictures of the band. And as I said, this is a gatefold, so it opens up like so, with the biography of the band in Japanese. It also comes with a few other stuff. First of all, it comes with 2 inserts. I think they're called pinups, so I think you were meant to pin this up on your wall or something. But the first one just has pictures of the band that are on the back side, basically, with the phrase denim and leather. So that's pretty cool. Also comes with a second one, which is very cool. I've never seen this picture of the band besides in this album. So if anybody out there has seen this besides being in this package, I would like to know. Otherwise, to my knowledge, this is the only way to get this picture of the band. So that's actually pretty darn cool. Now here is where it gets pretty rare. I've never ever seen one of these besides my copy. It comes with a little white slip that basically contains a survey in Japanese and has various questions. You were meant to basically send this into CBS Sony, basically stating, what's your favorite song on the album, how many records do you have in your collection. It's basically just like for marketing purposes, I suppose. So CBS Sony can, learn better about the customers that they're serving. On the back side, it's got a bunch of other questions as well as the catalog number, 21 AP 3169. So yeah, that is very, very cool thing to have. As I said, I've never ever seen another copy of this besides mine that has that included. But it is supposed to be included in there. But I'm sure a lot of people, threw them away or sent them into CBS Sony, thinking they weren't important. But yeah, check that out. Check out the condition of the actual vinyl itself. It's really, really nice. I mean, it is damn near brand spanking new. Close up of the label, you can see there's CBS Sony, Jazz Rack, manufactured in Tokyo, Japan. Now this album to me is, although it's not my favorite Metallica album, that belongs to Ride the Lightning. It is a Metallica album that is very, very near and dear to my heart and very important because Master of Puppets is the album that sort of, I would say, is responsible for my love of heavy metal. And because of this, it's responsible really for shaping my entire music taste one way or the other. Even stuff that has nothing to do with metal, it was kind of like I discovered almost everything that I love because of this album single-handedly. It's really quite amazing. I remember buying it on CD and just being immediately blown away, song after song, lyric line by lyric line. Just everything about this album was amazing to me. To me, this is like the absolute definition of a 10 out of 10 album. I really, really love this, and that's why I was so damn picky of getting an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous Japanese pressing of this that was a 100% complete, right down to the shrink wrap. Yeah, that's how picky I was with this. But, yeah, Metallica, Master of Puppets, CBS Sony, original pressing from Japan. I am so, so happy to have this in my collection. And yeah, that leaves us with the very last item I'm going to show you today. This is their 4th album. To my knowledge, this is pretty much the rarest of all Metallica Japanese pressings on vinyl. And so for that reason, I really do regard this as a very special item in my collection. This one is And Justice for All, their 4th album. As you can see there, it's got a very cool obi. There it's got the phrase, "This is Metallica, the new king of heavy metal." You'll also notice there it says The Prince. The reason it says that is because the Prince Diamond Head cover is actually a bonus track on this album, which is really, really cool. I really do like that. Very nice touch. But yeah, I really, really love this copy. It's in very nice condition. You can see on the back side, very ironically, Jason Newsted is covered up by the obi. I bet you anything they did that on purpose. The Prince is written right on there, so you can see that it is a bonus track. Also, there's a biography on here, which you guys got to remember, you know, Japan in the 80s, this was pre-internet. Having this stuff was helpful. You know, these bands were overseas, so more than likely you knew very little about them. So having a biography in your language was pretty darn helpful. Now inside, my copy has gatefold inserts, so you can see there the Metallica logo on one side, and then on the other side it's got a cool picture of the band, a really cool drawing as well, and lyrics and information, and just all kinds of nice goodies in there. And also, it's got Japanese inserts. It's got some writing on here. I'll actually write this in the description box for you guys because, you know, I love to do stuff for my viewers, so I'm going to go ahead and type that up. On here, it just has the same phrase here, but written in Japanese. It's got the Prince listed on there as an extra track, and also on the bottom is very cool because it's actually got a replica of their signatures, which I love having signed stuff, so having them replicated on there is makes me very, very happy. On the other side is basically the lyrics written in Japanese, but funny enough, they didn't translate the Prince to Japanese. They just left it there in English. I don't know, I find that kind of funny. But yeah, it's basically just got a Japanese insert in here. It's got 2 LPs. I'll pull only one of them out for you. I'll pull out actually the second LP, but it does have 2, you know. I'll pull out the second one because it's got the Prince on it, the bonus track. But both LPs are, you know, gorgeous, just like this. I mean, they are in very nice condition. And yeah, what can I say? Besides that, I'm really happy to have this. I'll give you a close-up of the label there. You can see the Prince is written on there. CBS Sony again. And this album, I mean, I'm really, really fond of it. The only thing is, my main complaint, and I know that you hear this all the damn time, but it's, you know, the lack of bass. I really, really wish that they remastered this so you can hear the bass and re-released it in that format, but I don't know. You know, who knows if that'll ever happen. Another thing about this is that I'm not sure if the Japanese pressing was wildly commonly supposed to come with a poster, because the thing is that 99% of all the copies I've seen of this do not come with a poster. And I'm telling you that, you know, honestly, like, I've looked at so many finished auctions, so many copies posted on the internet, and it's just, it never ever comes with a poster. The only time I've ever seen it come with a poster was just one copy, one poster. And I talked to the person and I was like, you know, does it have indication of it being from CBS Sony? And they said yes, it has information from CBS Sony. So I'm not sure if, like, it was meant to come with one, and these days you never see it because all the Japanese put it on their walls, or if they threw it away, I don't know, you know, who knows. Or if it was just, like, meant to come with a few special copies. I mean, I don't know. I really, really don't. And I tried to keep this as absolutely complete and gorgeous looking as possible, but I could not find this poster for the life of me. So if anybody out there has the poster, that you guys know what I'm talking about, please get in contact with me and sell me that poster, because I need it, to say the least, okay? But yeah, Metallica, Japanese pressing of And Justice for All, arguably the best pressing to have this album in, really. Okay, so that is my Metallica collection. I hope I haven't rambled too much. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back as soon as possible to do more videos. I can't make any promises because I'm actually getting my wisdom tooth pulled in a few days, and so it might be hard to make videos with that going on. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I love you guys. Catch you later.